Hello everybody, Blue Line Gaming here, and welcome to Ninghan Farms on Farming Simulator 19. I think it's Ninghan. I might be wrong about that, but that's what we're going with for now. If I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me. So what we're going to be doing, this is going to be a survival-esque roleplay. The starting equipment on the farm is basically what you see here. There's another tractor off in a shed over there, along with a telehandler. They got our fertilizer sprayer. I'm going to be changing that out. I know there's a John Deere spreader sprayer self-propelled combo thing that I like to use. I use it for solid fertilizer, not liquid fertilizer. The boom arms are just too unwieldy for anything. But we're going to be using Courseplay for some of the field work. I'm going to be doing some of the field work on my own. But with that being said, we've got our truck, a big tractor, our harvester, and then like I said, there's a little case tractor sitting over there. Some of these things are going to be changed out. There's a round baler. That's going to be gone. I'm going to get rid of that and change it out for a square baler. I hate round balers. I'm not going to use them. I just haven't done the full setup yet. But as you can see, we own quite a few fields. A lot of them are little. A couple of them are pretty big. We've got fields 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, and 18. Those are the fields we own, along with this farm area here. This is where we are. So we've got soybeans in field 16 that are ready to harvest. Wheat in 12 and 10 that's not quite ready. And oats in 18 that's not ready. And canola in 13. Those three fields are almost ready. Real quick, I'll change some of my settings. I don't do crop destruction or lime or plowing or weeds, just because I feel like it doesn't really add anything to the game. It just takes away from other things you could be doing. It's just going to depend on what we want to do with this series and how I want it to go. Whether or not I change that in the future. It is a possibility that does get changed in the future. First thing we need to do, we're going to get rid of a couple of things. So I plan on doing some grass work. I'm not going to use a pickup truck. I'm not. Well, it might come in handy later. We might get a little small flatbed. Like if we do sheep, we'll have a small little flatbed for the pallets of wool and things like that. That's just going to depend. We'll see. We'll hang on to the pickup truck for now. This sprayer is gone off the bat. I don't want it. I don't need it. Bale trailer, sure. We'll get rid of that for now. I don't have any animals. I will get set up for animals when I get there, or when I get to that. Round baler is gone. I'm not using a round baler. I don't really need, where to go? The Manitou right now. Seeing as how that's going to be more helpful for the animals and moving bales and things like that around. I don't really need that. So we're going to get rid of that and its attachments. And that's going to give us a little bit of money to get the couple little things that we need. And that's going to be, first we'll go to crop protection. This is going to be the big chunk of our money. Starfire 3000, yes. Fenders, yes. Star Spread, or Spread Star, or whatever you want to call it, with a beacon light. I like beacons because when we're driving down the road, I feel like it's safer to have a beacon on than not have a beacon. So that's going to cost us $216,260. But, and that's just the tractor. We still are going to need the John Deere dry box, which we won't really change anything on. We're going to leave it as is. That's going to be for our fertilizer. Now, I could mess with pallets. I really could. But why mess with pallets when I've got this nice little multi-silo here that does lime, seeds, everything. You still pay for it. You still, it's not free. It's $6,000 for the silo, and then you pay for the seeds and stuff you purchase from it. So we're going to put this right here. That's going to be its spot on our farm. That leaves $67,095. Really, in the grand scheme of things, is not a whole lot. Let me find my... There it is. All right. So first things first, we need to get this guy back to the farm. So we need to attach our dry box. And we'll zip back over to the farm. Turn a little beacon light on. We'll zip over to the farm, get everything going. Cannot remember which side of the road I'm supposed to drive on in Australia. I am not Australian, so I don't know. But we'll zip over. If I'm wrong, I'm sure Carl will let me know very quickly. But, yeah. Oh, no, I was right. Cool. We're on the wrong side of the road, not the right side of the road. But anyway, I will see you guys back at the farm. Alright guys, so here we are pulling back up to the farm. Decided to spare y'all. It's kind of a long drive from the shop to the farm, so I figured I'd spare y'all that drive. And we would just get over here and get started with our day. I gotta figure out where to park this because I don't really have anywhere good to put it right now. So for now, I think we'll just kind of slide it over here out of the way of everything. And we'll come back to it in a minute. Let's go ahead and turn the engine off. So first things first, we need to get... Yep, that's where I wanted to be. We need to get our harvester going in field 16 to get these soybeans harvested. That's going to be the big thing. Field 17 is cultivated, needs to be planted. But the thing about field 17, it's got... You see these two little... You can barely see them. Two little brown dots. It's got power poles in the field that Courseplay gets a little messed up on. I want to be able to do other things besides taking forever to plant this field. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes to plant it. So I want to be able to do other things besides just sit there for 30, 45 minutes and just plant this field. So I run Courseplay. So what we're probably going to do is sell field 17, which will get us $79,000, and then we could probably buy not that field. That field is worth way more than I thought it was. Maybe field 19? Yeah, if we sell field 17, we can buy field 19, which is currently ready to harvest with barley. So we can have two fields ready to go off the bat. That's what we're going to do. We'll sell that. I don't really like working in field 17, and we'll go ahead and buy this. So that, I mean, that'll give us something to bale up when we have a baler if we decide to do that. But for now, we need to hop into our... Let's go ahead and get that attached. Into our harvester. I know I have... Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure I have a regular header for this harvester. Let me double check, but I think I have... Yeah. So where is it on the farm? Oh, I think it's around behind this shed that all this stuff's parked in right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go pick up this header. I realize that this harvester is extremely loud, so I'm going to have to turn that down. But we'll pick up our header. We'll zip on over to field 16, get started on our soybean harvest, get Courseplay going with that so that I can start doing other things around the farm because there's other things that need to be done. Beacon's on for safety. We'll go out to the left. Let's stay on the left side of the road. Make sure we give the oncoming cars enough room to pass with this header on. No, typically, at least where I live, headers like this, the arable crop headers, I guess you would call them, the ones for like soybeans, wheat, canola, things like that, you wouldn't typically drive a harvester down the road with that header attached. However, I don't have a header trailer, and I don't feel like getting one right now. So we'll go ahead and turn our beacons off. We'll unfold our harvester so that it's ready to go. We'll hop into the course play menu. We're just going to generate a course for field 16, 2 headland passes clockwise. Let's bump this overlap up so we miss as little as possible. Go ahead and generate that course. We'll start course at the first waypoint. A couple things I want to do. Turn this stuff on, that off. I hate the right click HUD for that. So then we'll hop back in to the course play menu and drive the course. So that'll get that going. It's gonna, another setting I need to adjust. I want it to stop when I'm unloading it so it doesn't try to drive off when I come up with my auger wagon, which I need to get set up and over to that field. But I don't think I'm going to put it on this tractor. I think I'm going to use this one for it because I need the big John Deere because I'm going to get ready to plant field number 11 while that harvester's going. And we can just hop back and forth between unloading the harvester and planting field 11. I don't know what I'm going to plant field 11 as yet. Probably, I've got wheat fields, I've got canola. I've pretty much covered the gambit of regular crops. But it wouldn't hurt to have some more. So I might do field 11 as another soybean field. Beacons on, left-hand turn. Yeah, I might do field 11 as another soybean field and just see how that goes. And go from there. So we've got the auger wagon, chaser bin, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is for it. I'm not a farmer. I don't pretend to be a farmer. Not my trade, not what I do for a living. So we'll get the seeding going here in just a minute. Let's just check and see how is our harvester doing. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of time. So we'll hop into our John Deere. Sorry guys, I'm having to do a couple other important things. But we'll hop into our John Deere and get set up for seeding. We got to get this seeder filled because right now it's empty. But like I said, that's where this little silo comes in. I'm not good with front loaders. I'm not good with pallets. I'm not good with bales, loading things. I'm just not good with it. So we can just pull up here. If I can get into the trigger. But this does seed, fertilizer, and lime. So if that's something we wanted to do later on, we could. And I do have some other tractors and stuff I want to bring into this game. Some different John Deere and class tractors that I want to bring in. I have the mods installed, but I'm not trying to cheat my money in. And some people say, oh, well, course play is cheating. Well, that's how I want to play the game. And so what we're going to do, anyway, that's not even the point of what I was saying. What we're going to do is we're going to use the John Deere here, and we are going to do this field ourselves. We will seed it up, plant the field. Go ahead and get that unfolded. And I think we're going to do a soybean field here. Go ahead and turn our beacons off. And go ahead and get going. So yeah, I'm going to time-lapse this probably because this is still going to take a while. But, and we'll be jumping between doing this and unloading the harvester, so this isn't going to be the only thing you'll see. So I'm going to time-lapse probably the good majority of this field just to get it done so we can get the crop in the ground before it gets too late. We'll go back up to ×5. Real time, it's going to take way too long for anything to happen. So we'll see. Hopefully this series works out good. This is something I really enjoy. I like this map. I've played it a lot on my own, but I've never recorded it before. I've never recorded Farming Simulator before, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully people enjoy it. Hopefully I don't bore the crap out of y'all, and y'all can enjoy me sounding like an idiot when it comes to farming. But like I said, I'm gonna time lapse this, get it done, and we'll be back. All right, guys. See, this is what I was talking about with the like field 17. I'm not sure how long that time lapse was going for, but all we've really done is 2 laps around the headland and one row up, and we've still got a lot of field left to cover. Might make sense to go the other way across the field instead of up and down this field. I don't know. That's less laps I'd have to do, less turning around, take less time. We might do that. Might adjust the way we're going in. Obviously, I'm missing bits here and there. It's not that big of a deal. This field's going to yield enough that a couple of missed bits here and there are not the end of the world. Biggest thing is getting this field completely planted before completely planted. Sorry about that. Get the field completely planted before the headlands start growing, before the earlier planted areas start growing, because otherwise you'll have the field growing at a different rate. I have the plant growth set to normal and speed on ×5, which should be plenty of time to get this field planted, but we'll have to see. I don't know if it will be or not. We'll just have to see. But I think this is going to be the fastest way to plant the field. Of course, the shortest edge, the least turnarounds, that's going to make the most sense. So I'm going to hop back onto another time lapse. I know this is going to be a lot of time lapsing on this. I don't have enough to talk about to sit here and talk for the 45 minutes to an hour it's going to take to plant this field. So the best option is either to time lapse it, or you guys can sit here and listen to me ramble on about utter nonsense. But I think time lapse is going to be best, so we'll hop back into that, and hopefully next time I see you guys, this field will be planted. Alright guys, I don't want to bore you with a whole lot of time lapses, So I think a good investment for this farm is going to be a bigger seeder or drill or whatever you want to call it. A bigger machine to put more seed into the ground quicker. Because this, I mean, we've gotten a good chunk done, but we've still got a good chunk left to go. It's taking a while. Each 1 minute time lapse is approximately 10 minutes of gameplay. And it's taken a while. I'm trying not to have a bunch of cuts and time lapses and all that. I'm trying to figure out what works best. This is obviously the first video I've uploaded. It's the first video I've made. I'm kind of trying to figure out what the best format is as far as video length and edits and time lapses and all that. Any ideas or suggestions, please let me know. They're greatly appreciated. But yeah, we're definitely going to be looking into upgrading our seeder off the bat. That's one of the first things we're going to need to upgrade. It's going to make the biggest difference in the time, but that means we're probably going to need a bigger tractor to run it. I don't know if we will or not, but we'll have to see. It's something we'll look into once we get this field completely planted. And our harvester needs to be unloaded. So let's just turn that off, lift that. Oh, hit the wrong button. Hop over here with the beacon on. Oh, where is he? He's all the way down there. Alright, he's down on the far end of the field. So we're gonna, crop destruction's off. We'll just drive through our crops. It's okay. It's our crops. Nobody can get mad at us but us. We'll get over here. We'll get this guy unloaded so he can get back to harvesting soybeans. We've got 9,500 off the first, 9,500 pounds, liters, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go with pounds because that makes more sense to me. So 9,500 pounds of soybeans. I know the game says liters, but we'll just go with pounds. Come on. The problem is when the pipe's coming out, it kind of clips through this trailer. So we'll go ahead and turn that off. That can sit right there. It shouldn't be in the way of the harvester. Harvester can unload, and then oops, wrong way. Hop back into this. Get back to seeding. Because, like I said, this is the problem with maps like this. I like the maps that are big, have big fields, and you can use big equipment. But the problem is getting work done on those fields takes forever and is not super conducive to trying to do multiple things in an episode. I don't want an episode to be just planting a field. So what I'm probably going to do is just time lapse the rest of this field. It's probably going to be another 20 minutes or so. We'll have to see. And then once I get this field completely planted, then we'll move on to putting fertilizer on the fields and keeping an eye on our harvester. So I will see you guys when this is complete. Alright guys, we're almost done with that last field, or getting that field planted, I should say. Got to get this field finished harvesting, get fertilizer on. But I think once I get that field done, that's going to be a good stopping point for today. So that's what I was talking about with this pipe clipping through the trailer. Yeah, once I get that field planted, that's going to be a good stopping point for this video. And next time we'll get fertilizer in and possibly look into a bigger seeder. It depends on how much money we make from these soybeans, because we're going to need a bigger seeder and probably a bigger tractor, but we'll look into that before I end the video. I've only got, if I can get to the right tractor, Jesus. I've only got a couple more passes on this field, and then we'll be done. Everything behind me is done. It's just this last little section. So we'll knock this out real quick. I'm not going to time-lapse it again. I've had way too many time-lapses in this video already. It started off with a time-lapse getting that fertilizer back to, or the fertilizer spreader back to the farm. So we're going to get this field finished planting, and then we'll look at what our options are for a bigger seeder. I think this one's a 12 meter. I know there's some bigger ones. I just don't know the horsepower requirements on them. So we'll have to see. And I know some of the bigger ones do fertilizer as well, so we'd only need one extra application of fertilizer to be fully fertilized and ready to go. And the more I think about it, I might put the plowing and lime on. Sorry, my mic keeps getting in the way of my steering wheel. But I might put the plowing and lime on, because that just gives us more to do per video. We can get a subsoiler so we don't have to plow and then cultivate and then plant and all that. Get a big subsoiler with a big tractor for it. Probably be the same tractor for the subsoiler and for the new seeder. But that's what we're going to look into first, is a new seeder and tractor combo. And then we can revisit the plowing, lime, all that, because I can get another dry box for that spreader, which is only 50,000, and use one for lime, one for fertilizer, and not have to unload it and reload it with whatever the new material is, which I know in real life lime or fertilizer is probably very corrosive to the metal in those dry boxes. I would assume. I don't know. I don't know the chemical composition of all of that and how corrosive it is. But this looks like this is going to be the last pass on this field. Maybe one small section down here at the end. But for the most part, this field's going to be done. We'll hop into the store, look into that. I'm going to probably call it a video after that. And in the next video, we'll finish the soybean field, getting it harvested, get fertilizer down, and maybe buy a new seeder. We'll have to see. Let's get this done real quick and look into all that. It shouldn't take too long. I don't know what the best option is going to be from here. I don't know if I want to try potatoes or cotton or any of those kinds. I know we'll probably get into some corn and sunflowers and all that later on. But right now we're not equipped to deal with those kind of crops. We've just kind of got the wheat, the barley, oats, canola, soybeans, just the basic crops. And then once we have the money, we'll probably get a second harvester that'll speed up. Either a second harvester or a bigger harvester will speed up the harvesting process. A bigger seeder and a bigger tractor will speed up the planting process. Fertilizer spreader is plenty big for this map. The fields are big, but it's got a wide working width. All right, that's that. Like I said, the fields are big. It's got a wide working width, though, so that's one good thing. Get this folded up, put away, and then we'll look into maybe a bigger seeder at some point. I also need to get the semi over to that soybean field and get that auger wagon, chaser bin, whatever you want to call it. The trailer that the harvester's been unloading into. Need to get that. Oh, hit the fence. Need to get that unloaded. And guys, I never claim to be good. at this game. I never claim to be good at any games. I'm a terrible gamer. I suck at everything. But I have fun. That's what matters. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. But that, we'll have to see what that looks like. Just in case any of you are curious, my setup is, as far as playing goes, it's a combination of a steering wheel, which is and pedals, which is mainly used for driving. I've got a Xbox One controller, for like starting and stopping the engine, basic things. And then I use the keyboard for like raising and lowering the implements, mouse to move the camera around, things like that. The majority of the work is done on the steering wheel with the driving, attaching and detaching things and all that. And then like opening the cover on the trailer, I use the keyboard. Just in case any of you were curious how I'm set up to play. That is a really loud truck. Or maybe it's just in my headphones. I don't know. So we'll get this over here, get that trailer unloaded into this trailer so that we're ready to go sell once we have a full trailer load. Oh, cut that a little tight, but that's okay. We'll park him here in some of the harvested crop area. Go ahead and cut that engine off. Get to the case. Yeah, 28,511 pounds of soybeans. Like I said, pounds, liters, whatever you want to call it. I'm going with pounds because that's what makes sense to me. A lot of little missed bits, but I don't think that there's going to be enough money in those little missed bits to warrant going back through. I don't think it'd be worth the time investment, honestly. But we'll have to see, and go from there. So we're gonna get this unloaded, then we'll look at our seeder options. Maybe find one that's a decent working width. It's not too expensive. I mean, 12 meters is not a bad working width if I get this lined up. Jesus Christ. Like I said, not good. Not good at the game. But I enjoy playing it. Go ahead and turn that off. While that's unloading, we'll hop into the store. Come up here. Let's look at our seeders. So this is the one we have currently. It's a 12 meter working width, requires 150 horsepower. 5,800 seed capacity. We've got our Estrella here, the Star Estrella 32. That's a 14.4 meter, almost twice the price, more than twice the price actually, by about $500, by about $1,000. Sorry, I'm bad at math too. Requires 420 horsepower. We've got the Condor here. It's a 15 meter, requires 270 horsepower. Or we could move on to the big boys. That's an 18 meter, requires 450 with a separate seed and fertilizer tank. Or we got this guy that's a 25.6 meter working width. It requires 640 horsepower. There's no way I'd be able to afford a tractor. So it's looking like our best bet is probably going to be this Condor here. It's only 3 meter advanced though. So we may need to look into getting this Terminator, because that's 1.5 rows per that's 1.5 rows compared to the 1 row we were doing before. But that requires 450 horsepower, and our poor little John Deere is only 350. So I mean, we could look at the Condor, which is 224 for 3 meters. Or we could do the 212 and 98, which is 310, plus get us a bigger tractor that can do that. Probably going to be, what about this Fendt? How much horsepower? 517. So this might be a good option. It's another, so we're looking at almost $700,000 just to upgrade our seeder and a tractor to pull it. And And I do have some modded big tractors in here. Got this John Deere 9RT, few class tractors, which the saddle track, if it can hit that 450 horsepower mark, I don't think it can though. No, it goes to 379 max. That would be a good idea because it's got a tank on the back that holds more seed. I don't think any of these class tractors can hit that mark. So if we went modded, the 9RT would be the best option, but that's almost $500,000 on its own. And that's without upgrading the engine to a bigger engine, which I can get up to 628 horsepower with. So I think our best option probably going to be this Fendt. Where'd it go? The 1000 Vario. I don't know. That's probably going to be our best option when it comes to upgrading to a bigger tractor. But we'll have to see how it goes. But with that being said, that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. If you stuck around to the end, I appreciate you so much for watching. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. There's be plenty more videos. I plan to do a video every Tuesday and Thursday, if possible. It's just going to depend on my work schedule and whatever life throws at me. So, but that's where we're going to end this. This harvester has a little more ways to go, and that is very loud. Let's hop inside a little quieter. That way we can talk. It has a little ways to go, but that's fine. That'll be finished on the next episode. But for now, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.